This is the description of ashfall.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, this looks good. Stagnant since 1903 at an elevation of 2,744 meters, a volcano erupts on the mythical and majestic Baekdu Mountain.
Wow. Whoever is writing this summary knows this business.
Absolutely. Man.
I'm on the edge of my seat. I didn't even need this whole seat because I'm only using the edge.
All right, everybody, welcome to Nerds of a Certain Vintage. As always, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Andy.
And we are nerds who are here for our podcast proper for Sunday, June 15th.
Man, it's getting close to my birthday.
Yeah, man.
That's right. So, or as I like to call it, Carb Fest 2025.
Carb Fest. Woo, woo. This is our podcast proper. Thematically, we're trying to find a way to parasite, right?
I think it's going to work out.
Do you think so?
I think ultimately we're going to find a way
to connect it.
To connect it all.
Did you you're saying that like you've already found that way?
No, it's more to imply I really don't care.
We're watching
at the end of the day, we'll just be like, yeah, hey, you know what?
Yeah, who cares? Yeah, we're doing the movies of Ma Dong Soek. I'm assuming that's how we pronounce it.
Don Lee. Well, what does Google say?
All right, well, here's Google.
Too many politicians.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You gotta have an ad first, don't you?
Oh, it's gotta have an ad.
Of course.
Blah, 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 blah. I hate this. I hate it so much.
We are not allowing you to have ad space on our show.
I hate it.
Ma Dong Soek.
Ma Dong Soek.
Say it again.
They said Ma Dong Soek.
Ma Dong Soek.
Sulk.
Soek.
It's sulk. Because my wife was saying it's like more like sock than souk, but it is close to
Ma Dong Soek. Soek.
Look.
Soek. Soek.
Just in case this is his actual name, please forgive me, but most Korean actors don't use their real name. It's chosen for them by the studio.
Okay.
I think because he has a background living in America, and they were like, "What name you want?"
As Don Lee.
Well, no, for his Korean name. Because this is a joke that nobody in Korea would get.
Uh-huh.
But I'm wondering if he didn't pick this on purpose. Because he knows what it would mean in English.
Well, let's see.
Because isn't that a bit of a coincidence, right?
Yes. I'm looking him up.
It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy theory. You know, I love my conspiracy theories.
Yeah, Ma Dong Soek, born Lee Dong Soek.
Sulk.
Soek.
Sulk. Sulk.
I feel like I'm saying it.
I think I'm saying what you're saying. Nunni.
Nicolaj.
Nicolaj. No, Nicolaj.
Yes. Born Lee Dong Soek, also known as Don Lee, is a South Korean American actor best known for his supporting roles in The Neighbors, Nameless Gangster, Rules of the Time, and The Unjust.
See, here's the thing. If your real name is Dong Soek, why would you pick Ma?
Ma. Well,
really?
Are Korean names? Are they the ones? Would this mean something in Korean? If we translated this,
frequently it could be translated into something specific. Right. But here's the thing: his last name is his first name. Ma is his last name.
Right.
Dong Soek is his
given name.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going for a translate. Translate Korean. Translated Ma Dong Soek to English is Ma Dong Soek.
Well, that works out perfectly.
You know what it means when you translate it from Italian to English? Butt Dong Soek. Ma means butt. Not that kind of butt.
Oh, like
as it like also
except
not
for
that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I was just like this is getting more and more layered.
Ba Dong Soek.
Yeah.
Ba Dong Soek.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, we only have two lists here.
Okay.
All right. Which.
But I'm thinking we should do him just because he's done some American movies too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And he looks pretty jacked.
Plus, he's like one of the biggest, and I don't mean this in a size sense, but one of the most popular action stars in Korea.
Yeah.
So the movies that he's been in, I mean, there were several on the list, at least 3. 2 of them were one were sequels. Like one was a movie and a sequel.
Yeah.
But obviously, Train to Busan, he's in that. There's that one too. So
Yeah.
there were at least 3 on the top 20 list that he's been in. So that says a lot. We did during the Midweek Minute last, where we asked ChatGPT to come up with a list.
I can do that.
So we should do.
Maybe we should start with that.
We
or
should
what?
do the regular list and then see what ChatGPT comes up with.
Well, here's what we got. Let's go to pinkvilla.com. 10 best Ma Dong Sook
I
movies
love
for action-packed adventure.
That was my favorite porn site until it got outlawed.
This
in
is one of
Virginia.
those damn lists that
The
starts with number 1 and
The
then
Pink Villa, man.
I hate these lists that start with number 1 and
I
go
know.
down.
What are they thinking of, man? Where's
Yeah.
the drama?
Yeah.
Where's
why-
the suspense?
Yeah, you don't give it away right up front.
I know.
Buy a guy at dinner first.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Not
number
a fan.
10 on this list from Pink Villa. Well, what would you expect from Pink Villa?
From Pink Villa.
Pink Villa.
Pink Villa.
All right, number 10, The Bad Guys, Reign of Chaos.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah.
The Bad Guys, Reign of Chaos. See, I figure a guy who's done as much as Don Lee
Uh-huh.
is going to have a couple of sort of I did it for the paycheck kind of movies, you know?
Sure.
That are still cool
Yeah.
because he's action star, but they're kind of B flicks,
Yeah.
which, you know, I love a B flick, so that's what I'm looking for. So this is called what?
The Bad Guys, Reign of Chaos. A loose adaptation. Well, both would work. but
Yeah.
It's a loose adaptation
Uh-huh.
of the popular Korean series Bad Guys. He stars as a thug serving time in prison. To reduce his sentence, he takes on a rare opportunity to join a special unit, collaborating with the cops and taking down a gang. Sounds like a rat to me. As usual, Ma Dong Sook leaves up to his reputation and doesn't hesitate to deliver outstanding fight sequences.
Okay.
He leaves up to his reputation.
Instead of, I get it, instead of living up to his reputation, yeah.
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 Number 9, The Villagers.
You know, some of these sites would do with an editor. I mean, that's...
Well, it's all AI.
Yeah,
It's
test
all
reader.
AI.
Yeah.
I guarantee we're going to put this in ChatGPT.
And get the
It'll
same
come up
thing.
the same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. It'll be like, oh, we'll just show you Pink Villas list. Number
That's where we're pulling
9.
from. It's the only thing on the web.
Yeah, The Villagers. 1 hour, 39 minutes. Released in 2018. This underrated filmography of Ma Dong Sook is a must-watch for his fans.
Ah.
In The Villagers, the actor plays Yuk Gi-chul, a boxer-turned-teacher. Upon joining a rural school as a PE instructor, he discovers many secrets and mysteries surrounding the locality, while trying to fight political warfare with his righteousness.
Well, there you go. What did they say this was? In the very beginning of that description?
Underrated filmography.
Filmography. What does that mean?
Filmography is the body of work.
I know. What
Yeah.
are they talking about? Okay.
I'm starting to think Pink Villa doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah. They need a better writer. one who knows what words are. You know?
I'm reading these as is.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to fix
Yeah, we're not
anything.
putting the little parentheses SIC in
no.
there, but we it's understood.
Yeah. Number 8, Unstoppable. I do like a movie called Unstoppable.
That was on the list.
Is it?
Yeah. Because I remember, well, it wasn't. That was the first one you read, where you read his name, Ma Dong Sook, and started laughing. It's the teaser on the video that's on YouTube.
All right.
Unstoppable.
In Unstoppable, Ma Dong Sook transforms into Dong Chul, an erstwhile thug who gets by as a fish market worker. When his wife gets kidnapped in a tragic turn of events, when is that ever a happy turn of events?
No. He's getting fridged, is what's happening, yeah.
Relentless Dong Chul teams up with his best pal and an investigator to save her. Unstoppable.
He ends up being the muscle most of the time. Just
In that movie?
in most of these movies.
No, of course. Yeah.
Well,
because you look at the guy and you're like, yeah. that
Yeah,
guy looks like
I'm not
he
gonna say in most of them because I haven't seen most of them, but in Badland Hunters, that was definitely his role. In Train to Busan, to some degree. So, you know, those are the only 2 so far on here that I've seen.
All right, well, number 7, Badland Hunters.
There you go.
Another fresh release from the hitmaker, Badland Hunters portrays a dystopian, apocalyptic Seoul city affected by a major earthquake. Ma Dong Soek embodies the character of Namsan, a resilient hunter who tries to rummage through any left resources to save his people. When a teenager goes missing, the fearless Namsan sets on a dangerous journey to bring her back.
Yeah,
Namsan's fun to say. Namsan.
It's a dystopian future. There's these little outposts of humans that are living in just trying to make their lives, but there's not a lot of water and resources. And then these people show up, and they're like, there's a legend about this, place where everything is great, right? Sort of like
they always have those.
Well, it's like in
the Green or whatever it is,
the Mad Max movies, right?
Yeah.
And they take the young people, and people let their kids go because they think they're to a better place. Like,
That's stupid.
When has that ever worked out?
I'm taking them up to a farm in upstate New York.
Yeah. And it ends up that there is an apartment complex in the middle of this desert that still has running water and various things. And so, but
how do they get running water? How does that work?
I don't know. I mean,
they pump up. They
there's like an aquifer or something like that. But
right.
There's an evil scientist in there that he's been pulling adrenaline or something from these people and doing weird things with them. So
that's kind of cool.
It's just what you would expect.
Yeah.
It's not Shakespeare, but it's a ton of fun.
All right. Well, number 6.
And when has Shakespeare been a ton of fun? I know, as you like it. I know.
I'm thinking. The Taming of the Shrew was fun.
Yeah. Some of them are pretty good.
The Gangster, the Cop, the Devil.
Yep, there you go.
Yes.
I'm just going to call that the GCD.
All right.
GC and D.
In this classic Korean action thriller, Ma Dong Sook first created his tough guy persona.
Oh, wow. So this is the one to watch.
He stars as a mafia boss named Jang Dong-soo, who joins forces with a police officer to take down an infamous serial killer disrupting his affairs with his heinous crimes. His heinous crimes. Heinous? Heinous. It's heinous.
It's all about how you it occurs to me in Korean, I do know this, but dong means neighborhood.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. So.
All right.
So, what was ma? But, neighborhood.
Suck. Number 5, the Roundup, punishment.
Is that a different Roundup, or is that the Roundup we know?
I think this is a different, because this one came out April 24th, 2024.
Oh, okay.
It says, this is the newest release of this anthology series, where Ma Dong Sook returns again as Masukdo.
The Roundup what? What was it? What was the last part of it?
Returns again. Ma Dong Sook returns again.
No, the title.
Oh, sorry. Roundup, punishment.
Punishment.
Yeah. Unveiling the dark secret of the cybercrime world. While pursuing the developers of a drug trafficking system, he ends up discovering its ties to an online gaming syndicate. To take down this unexpected alliance, he sets on a perilous expedition.
Fantastic.
Yeah. He looks like a beefy dude.
He's beefy. No, he's a big dude. He's one of those guys.
Look at the hands on that guy.
Yeah.
Like, he just looks like,
he's
wearing catcher's mitts.
He's got ham hocks for hands. Yeah. Well, he's one of those guys where you watch some of these shows and you think, man, he's getting a little heavy. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm worried about his health, Oh. So, but he always looks like a badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely looks like he could take a punch. All right, number 4, the Roundup, No Way Out.
Man, how many of these are there?
Well, maybe another 3. I don't know. Ma Dong Sook returns as the badass police officer as this sequel's narrative fast forwards to 7 years after the Vietnam incident.
Man, this could be my new Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I gotta get all of these.
The actor joins a new detective squad investigating a fresh murder scene. Fresh. Upon digging deeper, he finds dirty secrets of a corrupt Korean police element involved with Yakuza.
Murder scenes and the term fresh, it's a relative kind of term, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not sure that any of them are particularly terribly fresh.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of a fresh rather than like an older. Well, you'll never guess what number 3 on this list is.
Train to Busan.
No, it's The Roundup.
I can't believe I didn't guess that. Based on that, and no colon anything, just the Roundup. Because
No,
that's the original Roundup.
Well, here's it says. The Roundup is a popular film franchise featuring Ma Dong Soek as the lead character. The first film of the anthology. I don't know if they mean what, like, anthologies don't tie together. They're just like separate stories.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anthology is the right word.
Yeah, that might not be the right word.
The first film of the anthology is titled The Roundup and narrates the story of a police officer who travels to Vietnam to find out a murderer suspected in many cases involving surrounding tourists. In this super hit film, Ma Dong Sook reprises his role from The Outlaws, which serves as a prequel for this film.
There
So you got The Outlaws, then The Roundup, then The Roundup : whatever, then The Roundup : whatever else.
Yeah.
There you go.
I feel like No Way Out is the next one, and then Punishment is the most recent. So I feel like they went in descending order, as you should.
Mm-hmm.
Being a purist and all.
Yeah. Well, number 2,
Outlaw.
The Outlaws. An action and comedy-packed blockbuster.
I felt like there was, one of the human being's greatest skill is his pattern recognition, and I was I was starting to see a pattern here. Yeah.
So what's the prequel to that?
This is why I've survived to the age I am.
That's right.
Yeah, what came before The Outlaws?
Number 1 on this list.
Train to Busan.
Train to Busan.
There you go. This is a better list.
Train to Busan is a global box office hit film on the popular zombie trope.
Yeah.
From jump scares to horrendous flesh-eating monsters, this film is a must-watch for horror and occult lovers.
Yep. They're fast zombies too, man. They run, and they do that World War Z thing where they pile up like ants against barriers and stuff.
So that one of them gets to get in there.
Parts of him.
All right, so I have one other list.
Okay.
Do we want this has 130 items on it.
Now let's go right to
Chat.
ChatGPT.
You sure?
Yeah. Let's see what the chat does.
All right, let's see what ChatGPT does. ChatGPT. Best Ma Dong Soek
You're spelling it right?
movies. I'm guessing.
Sook.
Yeah.
Sook.
Oh, this breaks it down by genre.
That's what I'm talking about. See? ChatGPT don't play.
All right.
What's that Chinese version? DeepSeek?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got top action crime movies,
Mm-hmm.
The Outlaws, the Roundup series, and Unstoppable.
Okay.
And Roundup, all 3 of them, like the Roundup, No Way Out, and the Roundup Punishment, 2022, 2023, 2024.
No, they were knocking them out. These are the crime dramas, right?
Yeah.
The Outlaws, the Roundups, and Unstoppable, right? Okay, those are crime. I'm putting a C next to them. That means, in case you couldn't guess, crime.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with your pattern recognition, Mr. Medulla Oblongata.
Then there's a zombie/disaster category.
Badlands, Train to Busan.
There's no Badlands on here.
No Badland Hunters?
No, Train to Busan and Ashfall.
Ashfall, well, I'm writing that down.
Yeah, his role, he's a bomb disposal expert in a volcanic disaster.
Wow. So these are a disaster film.
Yeah.
Badland Hunters is actually a fairly recent movie. Last couple of years.
Well, ChatGPT would.
Yeah, they wouldn't know that. It's not enough of it on the internet. ChatGPT, you son of a bitch.
Thrillers/drama.
Okay.
We got The Gangster, The Cop, The Devil.
Okay.
And The Bad Guys: Reign of Chaos.
have that written.
We've got that, yeah.
Yeah.
Former
Oh, yeah.
gangster recruited to help capture escaped convicts.
I'm putting
That's
thriller
kinda-
instead of drama because I'm not buying the drama part. These
Yeah.
things these seems
Those
like
are
they're more
thrillers.
thrillers. Yeah.
Um,
Although I gotta say, crime,
and
the gangster,
thriller
the cop, and the devil
sounds
seems
like a
kind of
thriller.
like there's some crime stuff going on in there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a cop and a gangster.
Yeah.
You know what those scream to me? Crime.
And there's a
And-
serial killer.
And a serial killer. Also
You
crime.
can't get more crime than serial killing.
They're pretty much the epitome of crime.
Yeah. They do it over and over and over again. It's crime.
It's kind of in the name.
It's their thing. How about this? Hidden gems / drama.
Okay.
Champion,
Okay.
a professional arm wrestler searching for family.
Okay, I'm going to give it to him, but I'm not watching that. You know what? I find arm wrestling somewhat
I
disturbing.
keep waiting for the broken
I do.
elbows
I
and
do. There's
arms
something
and
about
stuff.
it. Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah. Plus the fact that I've never been good at it, so I watch that and I just think, in a lot of sports shows that you watch that you get invested in, there's always the thought that, man, if I had only committed to it, I could have been in that, but not arm wrestling. No.
That's how I feel about the NBA.
Oh, you are 7 feet tall.
So, Deep Trap. His role, psychotic villain.
Deep Trap. Now, I don't want to see my Ma Dong Soek as a villain. I want him as a hero every time.
Yeah, there's a bonus on here.
I appreciate that he wants to stretch his show his range and stretch, but no, I don't want him as a villain. I want him as a hero.
Now, the bonus on here,
Mm-hmm.
our first Hollywood entrant,
Eternals.
Yeah.
Man.
First Korean actor to play a Marvel superhero.
Yeah, well, I would have loved for that to have opened up some doors for him.
Yeah.
Because
Recommended watch order for action fans. You want to know what order to watch things?
sure,
All right.
that's actually the list I'm looking for right there.
You start with Train to Busan.
Train to Busan. Really, you start with that.
That's what they say. You know ChatGPT. You
Yeah,
gotta trust
yeah. Well-
ChatGPT.
Here's the thing about Train to Busan: he's not the hero in it.
Wow.
He's a secondary character, but he has a prominent part.
All right. So number 2, The Outlaws.
Okay.
Then you go the Roundup series
Of
in
course.
order.
Of course. Yeah.
Then you get the Gangster, the Cop, the Devil.
Okay, because that's probably a little heavier.
Yeah. Unstoppable. And then you end with Ashfall.
Wow. You end with Ashfall, even though it wasn't even on the first 2 lists.
Correct.
But this is what GPT says.
I'm looking at. I gotta look up this Ashfall.
Ashfall.
Thing. IMDb.
I feel like this is a hidden gem. Wasn't that on the hidden gem list?
It was
Yeah.
Ashfall.
Oh, that's where he's playing the volcano guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Man, that sounds like, what is that boat that turns over?
Titanic.
No, the other one. Where they got to get to the top or bottom. Poseidon Adventure.
Poseidon. I was thinking the Lusitania. Here we
And
go.
why wouldn't you?
This is the description of Ashfall.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, this looks good. Stagnant since 1903 at an elevation of 2,744 meters, a volcano erupts on the mythical and majestic Baekdu Mountain.
Wow. Whoever is writing this summary knows this business.
Absolutely. Man.
I'm on the edge of my seat. I didn't even need this whole seat because I'm only using the edge.
Man. So yeah, there we go. We learn something new every time.
And that's all we get? That's
all. I could
summary?
ask for more.
Yeah. Well, no, that's okay.
Yeah. Well, let's see. But best.
You know ChatGPT is saving up the
Yeah.
charges. Like, it's going to hit you, one day.
No, here's the thing. Like, for each one of these,
Yeah.
it's basically like the equivalent of driving 100 miles. Worst Ma Dong Soek movies.
I don't know what that reference means. Explain that to me.
The energy usage
Oh, okay.
is supposed to be astronomical for these.
Just for that?
All of these things, because he uses so much computing power.
Oh, that's so dumb.
I asked it, worst Ma Dong Sook movies. Here's what it came up with.
None.
Well, it took a while.
Yeah.
It had to find some stuff.
Right.
All right? It only came up with 5 movies.
And we're getting this for free.
Correct.
We are burning the shit out of a bunch of energy and
That's
getting
right.
it for free.
Absolutely.
How are they making money on this deal? This is like streaming.
I don't know.
Man, we
Number-
live in a world of insanity, don't we? Five on this list.
Derailed. Genre, crime/drama.
Okay.
Role, villain.
Oh, he's a villain. This is why it didn't make it.
They give in a little description of why it's weak.
Mhm.
Gritty teen crime film with a weak script and uneven tone. Ma plays a violent antagonist, but the character is thinly written.
Yeah, you can't do that with Ma.
Watch
Ma's
only.
got to have some character development. Yeah.
Watch only if you're curious to see Ma in a darker, more disturbing role.
Well,
I'm really not interested.
If
in
I
that.
was going to do that, I'd watch him in whatever Deep Trap,
Yeah.
or it was in Deep Trap. That's the one where he's a villain.
All right. How about this one? Number 4, The Tenor, Lirico Spinto.
No. He's a singer.
Biographical drama.
He's a singer.
Yeah. Attempts to dramatize the life of a real opera singer, but the story drags and fails to emotionally engage.
Yeah.
Ma is barely memorable here.
Yeah. I gotta say that would be a tough sell for anyone, you know.
An uninspired biopic.
You know it's biopic.
It's biopic. An uninspired biopic with TV movie energy.
I know, you can't stop yourself,
Yeah.
can you?
Number 3, The Neighbor.
Mm.
Thriller slash
I love
drama.
John Belushi in this, yeah.
His role, a neighbor with a violent past. Why it's weak? The concept is solid. A neighborhood suspecting a killer among them, but it's sluggish and uneven. Not a terrible movie, but Ma's talents feel wasted in a small role.
Here, you need to put an asterisk next to that and give it to your daughter to rewrite.
How about this one?
It's a movie with promise that just didn't quite make it. It needs a little punching up, you know what I'm saying? Punching up.
All right. Number 2, The Bros.
The Bros. I love that.
Here's the thing. I'm never quite sure whether this actually is true or not. Like, because...
Oh, yeah, it makes stuff up.
Yeah, ChatGPT does make stuff up. So
Yeah.
we may have to look at these things. Comedy drama, supporting role alongside Lee Dong Hwai and Lee Ha-nae. A shallow family comedy that tries to be heartfelt but ends up being cliched. Ma is underused here.
Yeah.
Not terrible, just forgettable. Number 1 on this list, the worst Ma Dong Soek movie.
Sook.
Sook. I think I'm saying this.
I think I'm saying the same thing you're saying. Nicolaj.
Number 1 on this list, Men of Plastic.
Men of Plastic. Wow,
Yes.
what a title.
Comedy/drama. That's problems right there.
Yeah,
Just start.
exactly.
A dramedy, come on.
Yeah.
His role, a guy starting a plastic surgery business in Gangnam.
Oh, okay.
Why it's weak. Despite a great premise and cast, it struggles with tone and pacing, tries to mix comedy and social commentary, but doesn't land either well.
Yeah, this is very much a Korea thing. Korea, I think, has like the biggest plastic surgery
Yeah.
industry in the world. Like everybody in Korea gets plastic surgery.
Really?
Yep.
Do they? Why?
Well, not everybody. I'm being hyperbolic, but you know what I'm saying. It's like
I'm not sure of words anymore.
Yeah.
Look, I've read so much garbage English. I'm not even sure I can say words.
No,
Be as hyperbolic as you want.
Yeah, there is a lot of plastic surgery going on. People get the double eyelid surgery, so they don't have the monolids, which
Okay.
are more traditionally
All right,
Korean.
should I go in for another beer?
Yeah, absolutely. You only have the
Sure.
one, man. Jesus.
I did, but what else are we going to talk about? That's the problem.
Nothing. We're just gonna drink.
Can't. Then I'm going in for my NA.
Oh, damn it!
It's always funnier when one of us is slightly sober and the
Yeah.
other one is sloppy drunk.
I'm not sure it is.
There's an honorable mention on here
Okay.
of worst Ma Dong Sook movies.
Okay.
What do you think the honorable mention might be?
Eternals.
Eternals.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this now, but if you ever tell anyone else that I said this, I will deny it.
Okay.
On
Thank
film.
goodness we're not recording this.
I didn't hate the Eternals. It wasn't
I
terrible.
didn't either.
Terrible. Yeah.
You want to know something?
What?
I watched the Eternals today.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on Eternals today?
It was actually pretty good. Like, well, look, it's all relative. I mean, there's some really good Marvel movies and there's some really bad Marvel movies.
Yeah.
This is mid-tier, but I don't think the story got a bad rap because it was more contemplative, I think. Like,
Well, it also
it splits up the group.
Well, it also has that very obvious flaw in that, like, where are the Avengers? Where's everybody else? Like, the world's ending and nobody shows up, right? That if you're doing a combined universe, you can't have a story that big.
Yeah.
And so that goes back to my gripe on many of these is make a smaller story. It does not have to be that big.
So yes, which of these movies, if we're going to watch something next, which of the Ma Dong Soek movies are we going to watch?
I've heard that he makes an uncredited appearance in Parasite.
Is he in the walls somewhere?
He shows up just for a second. He's like a butler or something.
He's hidden.
You know, I think there's only one
That
way.
guy couldn't fit in a wall.
There's only one way we're going to know for sure, though, and that's
You
by
gotta watch
watching
the
Parasite.
But he is Bong Joon-ho. There's a connection. Bong Joon-ho directed Train to Busan.
Okay.
And so, there you go.
There you go.
We got the connection.
You know what? We probably should have done Bong Joon-so as a...
Didn't we do a Bong Joon-ho list at some
No,
point?
he's just shown up a lot in the stuff that we've looked
Yeah,
at.
well, we're not doing
We did. I think we did a mini deep dive during one episode where we looked at some of the movies that he's put out there.
Yeah. Well,
So.
we've got to do something for the next
Yeah, but I had
Korean
forgotten that he did The Host, which showed up on the list. On the Korean action show list.
Yeah.
But so far I'm enjoying the month, man.
Hey, the movie we watched was fantastic.
Yeah, that was one of the best. I'm trying to think of some way I can kind of sneak it into conversation, suggest Mariana should watch it, but you know what?
Hey.
I don't even know that I need to get her to watch it because she recommended a Korean drama to me that we started watching this week. That's one of those ones that I would binge, like I'd watch all 6 episodes of them in one go. And that doesn't happen too often because I usually can go about 2 hours of TV and then I'm just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
But this one it's called Mercy for None.
Okay, Mercy for None.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yep.
This is a cop show.
Nope.
This is a murderer show. This is a hospital show.
Nope.
This is
Look, you had it close with the cop, but go the other side of it.
this is a villain show?
Well, what's the other?
Mobs.
Gangsters.
Mob
It's
show.
a gangster show, yeah.
Yeah. Not interesting. I don't know what it is about mobsters.
It's a revenge.
It
It's a revenge show.
Alright. Mercy for None.
Yeah. This guy is like the best fighter in his gangster band, but he's been on the outs for a while.
Do I need to uninstall
Is
ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Every time I'm doing this,
You know
I
how much
burning.
power you are wasting?
I just killed some kids in Paraguay.
You didn't kill them. They just starved to death. And it had nothing. That's not your fault that they starved to death because
Have you
there was
ever-
no power.
Have you ever heard those things? Hey, if you had a button that gave you $1,000 every time you hit it, but it killed one kid randomly, how many times would you hit that button? You ever hear those kinds of ethical claims?
No, I've not.
And people will be like, "Yeah, I'll just keep hitting that button.
Yeah.
just keep hitting."
Do I know what country they're from?
Yeah, this is what ChatGPT is.
I'm saving some people in Argentina. Well, no, I'm not. Venezuela.
Yeah, you're saving them in the Thanos sense of saving
what's
them.
a socialist country where they can't even afford to feed them anyway? Okay.
I'm saving them. I saved them.
I saved
Thanos was right.
I saved them from starving to death.
Yeah.
And made $1,000 on the back end of this. Yeah.
No, the front end.
Yeah, you're right. I probably would not ever push that damn button.
People on Reddit.
Oh, except when my kid was pissing me off, and I'd be like, maybe. No.
Is proximity a thing?
It's not guaranteed. Plus, if he drops dead in my house, I'll be the first suspect.
They'll be like, it seems like some sort of a button injury.
Exactly.
Check the place for buttons.
If there's a button in this house, we've got our man.
Oh man, we are so dumb. Alright. Anything else you want to say aside from a tenuous connection between Ma Dong Soek and
when we run for office when we're 83, this will be counted against us.
Sorry. No, by then everybody would be like, you were tame back then.
And right.
Yeah.
I push my button every day. Makes so much money.
You gotta stop that. I built a contraption that pushed the button for me.
Exactly.
It just did it
I
button
couldn't
pushing
push
all
it
day
enough.
long.
Yeah.
I was saving the planet.
And now we have resources for everyone.
Yeah, myself included. Most of all me.
Yeah.
I can't buy anything because nobody's out there.
Unfortunately, in what is that old TV show like The Twilight Zone, The Outer Limits style, I killed all the people younger than me, and I became next on the list.
And my dad took the button.
It had no choice but to take me out. That $1,000 did not go down well.
Yeah, you're like,
That's the scene now. You're racing for the door when when suddenly the news, because everybody under 57 has died, and you're just like, holy crap, and then you're just running for the door. But no,
the youngest man alive was born on such and such a date in this hotel, in this hospital.
The youngest man alive was born an hour before you. Oh no! Stop that machine!
Stop pushing the button!
Don't push that button!
Somebody gotta have kids. Get them kids born. All right, we gotta finish.
Wrap it up.
There you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
I started with that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the one.
All right. Well, listen, we've got a very tenuous connection between Ma Dong Soek and Parasite. So
it doesn't matter. It's Andy's choice, and his choice is to watch Parasite.
That is like the ricochet of all ricochets.
That's right. No, it makes perfect sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds racist to me.
Bong So Young John. What is his name?
Bong Joon-ho.
Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah, the director.
Yeah, of
Parasite.
something. Yeah.
And Train to Busan.
Train to Busan. Yeah, which Ma Dong Soek was in.
And Mickey 17.
Well, we're gonna just forget that.
All right. Anyway, the day man is spoken, so it is time for us to wrap it up. As always, I've been Bong Joon-ho.
And I've been Ma Dong Soek.
No, I've been Manho.
Manho?
Manho!
I've been Don Lee.
Mm-hmm. Don Lee.
I'm a big fan, by the way, so.
You guys are weird.